On Wednesday, June 5th, one of the Rootier's neighbors stepped out to get the mail. She heard Darlie yelling at Devin and Damon she'd had enough of their bullshit and they were going to be in major fucking trouble when their father got home. That same day, when Darren arrived home, he picked up the portable phone to call the VCR repair shop where he dropped a unit off earlier that day. Sam Greer answered just as the recorded message started playing, and the conversation continued to record. As Darren explained what needed to be fixed, Mr. Greer's recorder taped Darlie in the background yelling at the kids and Darren. Mr. Greer flinched with every fuck this and fuck that. During one of Patterson's visits at the hospital to check on Darlie, he mentioned that the dog had been barking like crazy and would not shut up. He told her a neighbor had to help calm him down just to pick him up and take him out of there. Darlie looked at the detective and responded, "Oh, he always goes off like that when someone he doesn't know walks in the door." Patterson was immediately alert. "Did you hear him bark the night of the attack?" Darlie paused, then calmly replied, "Come to think of it, no, he didn't." After the funeral, Darren and Darlie and the rest of the family gathered at Darlie Key's house. Darlie proceeded to announce that she and Darren had already made future plans. Darren was going to take Darlie to Europe to have the light scar on her throat removed. While they were there, she was going to conceive the little girl she had always wanted. One of the relatives present said, "I was shocked. It was like, this is what we want to happen, so it will. I lost 2 children, but I'll be replacing them soon." Darlie asked Mercedes Adams to go with her to see what damage the police had done to the house. Mercedes anticipated that Darlie would be overwrought upon revisiting the scene of her children's murders, but as the 2 women entered the living room, Darlie shocked Mercedes by placing her hands on her hips and angrily declaring, "Look at this fucking mess. It'll cost a fortune to fix this shit." I put my hands on Darlie's shoulders and said, "Darlie, look me in the eye and tell me you didn't kill the boys." She looked me in the eye and said, "I'm gonna get new carpet, new drapes, and fix this room all up." I couldn't believe it. At a pretrial hearing, the prosecutor asked about rumored deals with Paramount Entertainment concerning movie or book rights to the Routier story. Darren steadfastly denied the rumors. It later came out in the press that Darlie, Mama Darlie, and Darren had signed a contract with an agent to place Darlie's life story.
Darlie took a private polygraph test on October 4, 1996. Mama Darlie waited at the jail to visit with her daughter as soon as the 6-hour test was over. When the deputy escorted Darlie back to her cell, mother and daughter embraced, and Darlie began to sob. Curiously, Mama Darlie would vehemently deny she ever knew about the polygraph test. Instead, time after time before the case went to trial, she protested that the police were refusing to give Darlie a polygraph test. I conducted a reenactment of the crime to test the defense team's contention that Darlie couldn't possibly have had time to murder her children and slit her throat. Regarding the 30-40-second sprint down the alley to ditch the sock, I made it in 50 seconds, and I'm a good 20 years older than Darlie. Darlie supporters always use Barb Davis as an innocence selling point. They fail to mention that Barb has never recanted any of the detail of her book, only that she changed her mind because of some pictures she claims she never saw, but wrote about the content of those pictures and even put one in her book. Many speculate as to why Barb Davis changed her mind. I think it's because they threatened to sue her. At any rate, she has never recanted the details in her book. Danelle and Sully and Spooky are silly for using her as an innocent selling point. Fucking retards.